Sorry everybody, sorry for that yawn, but it's Thursday. We are back. Wednesday. God bless America, United States. It's
And the
Wednesday. It
Olympics
is
are all done, so no
Knightcast.
more Olympics until 2 more years. We're back in California if they can get their shit together over there for the Summer Olympics. Yeah, I bet you didn't, but you guys forgot about that. Summer Olympics in 2 more years. We're back in the United States since the Atlanta games. So we had for those who saw the movie Richard Jewell, that was about the whole real life event where he found a suspicious bag and saved a bunch of lives because he's the one who saw it. Like, we gotta get these people out of here. That was the last time ever we had the games. So 2 more years from now, we will be in the summer games. Just think about that. But you're not here for that right now. If you want to know where we rank for the Winter Games, we got second place for most medals. Norway, Norway's always hard to beat. But the men for Olympic hockey, we took home the gold. And I saw this game. I was watching almost a good majority of it. Oh, we won in overtime. That was amazing. I was like, oh my God, we got it. And I texted mom and dad right away saying that we won gold for our last event that we were in. We won gold. It was
And
huge.
and the women's hockey team too.
The women's are always good. They are always
That
good.
was mildly entertained. I
I
was
know I
watching that
saw
during my I
part
was
of it,
watching
but
I watched the whole thing throughout my whole shift. Throughout my whole shift at work, I was watching it. Man, I was moderately entertained. And I'm like, you know what? This is way better than the crap we had a couple years ago with the women's soccer team. This is way better. Uh, People support the women's hockey team. They deserve it because they put on a show of a lifetime. And they really went at it. Like they slammed each other into the boards and everything. They took penalties. I'm like, oh shit, this because it was against Canada and they went hard. Like I'm like, damn, is she okay? Okay, I see you. I see you. And then the USA one, the men's one, you could not map that one any better. You could not format that.
they kept it really close. It's like, man, we're gonna go to overtime, and I'm thinking for the men's hockey team for overtime, this is gonna come down shootouts, isn't it? No, when I saw that goal go in, I was like, yeah, I still don't know why my work did not put the games on for the entire 2 weeks. Like this is the moment we need to be in. Like this is the games. Come on, be proud to serve your country. Although it was really sad because again, not to get political, but it's a little bit political, but not by a whole lot. Is that both Ukraine and Russia's yeah, I was sad because, like, come on, their athletes should not get punished for this, but it's like devastating because they couldn't compete. Neither side could compete, but they did compete. It was under individuals. So even when I was seeing the replay of the women's short program, I was like, damn, there's only one Russian athlete. I'm like, all right, she did very well. And then she was kind of close to the podium, but didn't quite get there. But I just felt bad because it's like they should not be punished, but it's like they can't do anything about it, save the ones who did come over, which I was like at least somewhat appreciated for that. But probably the biggest thing at the I'll let you speak first before we get to this one.
Let's see. Oh, I saw this and I'm like, yes.
So apparently, what rumors on the internet and social media days prior to this, there was like this Mount Rushmore of fighting games, and some people were saying that Mortal Kombat has no was it impact, culture impact. It's only the anime fighting games, yada. I'm like, what are you guys talking about? The impact of Mortal Kombat, along with a few other games, because they didn't know at the time of the rating system, gave birth to the rating system. So, culture impact. What about the Disney costumes? Everything. But apparently, on for the gala for skating. these two skaters right here, they did Mortal Kombat. Classic Scorpion, classic Sub-Zero, classic Katana, dancing, skating to the original theme from the very first movie. Dun, 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 and it ends with a fatality. But before that fatality, they did the friendship. Friendship? Again? Classic, classic. So who's ever
Oh,
saying Mortal Kombat is not culture impactful, you just got schooled on what the world saw. So I'm trying to find full clips of this so I can watch it. But this is so cool. I wish I was there. I wish I was famous just to go there. But
oh,
that's freaking awesome, man. Hey, the
mhm.
movie's almost here. 2 more months, and then we're there.
Oh, oh, major breaking news. Major breaking news.
What's up? Go right ahead.
Um, major breaking news. I'm like, huh? What? What? Okay, Joker. Joker, you know the arcade games. Marvel Maximum Collection with 13 classic arcade games, including X-Men the arcade game, Spider-Man slash X-Men Arcade's
Hold
Revenge,
on.
Captain
I don't see
America,
anything. So there he goes. Ooh.
and guess what? And Captain
Ooh.
America and the Avengers, and coming to PC. Finally, finally, the stars have fucking aligned.
Consoles
Spider-Man
and PC.
and
I know I played at least one of those classic arcade games beforehand. Like I said, I was again, camping, I was the X-Men X Street Fighter, so that was a cool collab. But I don't think I played any of these arcade games outside of maybe some of the plug-in ones where if you got lucky, you got an NES title or something original. But I don't think I really played a classic Marvel arcade game. I don't think so.
and guess what? Guess what? Also, we have Spider-Man and Venom Maximum Carnage. Yes.
Ooh, yeah, I
Yes,
know that part a little bit.
the one that was called the hardest one on the Super Nintendo is here with us. It's by Limited Run now. Now I know Limited Run has a bad rep and everything,
Well, here's
but
the thing: the people
this looks
who
good. This looks good.
all right, limited run can do good when they do physical stuff. Pretty cool, pretty interesting. Like the Dead Space collection one, even though I do not have that one, I'm like that was at least cool. The Persona 3 collab was interesting because the steelbook was the original Japanese cover. I was like, oh, that looks sick to have as a steelbook. But it's because of that one shameless, selfish employee that'd be like, "Hey, do you know you have someone who's this?" And they're like, "We'll look into it," because it wasn't even an employee; it was this random person on Twitter. Where Little More Games like, "Yeah, we'll look into it." I thought they were just gonna be joking, be like, but no, they fired that employee for no probable cause. I would have, if that was me being fired, I would have sued. But then I realized, yeah, I'm not gonna waste 40K on something like this. So that's why Limited Run Games lost a lot of rep because of the wrongful firing of that employee because some random person on Twitter didn't like them. It was like, do you know they follow like lives of TikTok and all that stuff? It's like, get over it. Get over it. Really? That's why they have the bad rep.
But also, I'm gonna break a rule here. I'm gonna break the one rule because I want to see the trailer. I
Okay,
know we
well,
have a
let's
bit of
talk over
stigma
for
and everything, but
commentary reason. Peggy,
oh, this
the classic. I remember one was classic Marvel games. Oh, Konami. I remember Konami. Carbon. Oh, that is a classic. Is that the first one? God, I haven't seen some of these fights in years, dude.
six
Like
player
the OG.
online, six
Six,
player
six
online.
players online. Holy
Yes,
shit.
this is how you because Marvel
I'm
Cosmic Invasion.
sure responsive
Marvel.
rollback netcode, yes. That's what we need. Is it going to be? I don't know if it's just local. There's like 4 player. I mean, there's also got to be 4 player local co op because you can't not have an arcade game and not have local 4-player co-op because that's just wrong to have these days. You need to have it. You did it at the arcade, wasting our coders on the machines just to play our favorite characters. So,
Yes, thank you. Because Marvel Cosmic Invasion kicked the doors off, and I was playing the hell out of that game. I loved it. So this is an added bonus right here.
ooh, sweet. Listen to those bits. Oh, class. This is where childhood memories come back. We didn't have the fancy orchestras nowadays, or stuff back on the PS2 where you could go like all that wonderful stuff. When you had just sound bites, those thin lines, the composers they still got creative along with the engineers, and they did create some magical scores in this era of gaming.
Oh yeah, they did. Oh, that is cool. I like this. This is gonna be fun.
I'm pretty sure the Team and Tinky game came from that. So. Oh, that's cool. Oh, McFarlane design.
Hey, yep.
I was like, that's easy to recognize. That's the most iconic look.
This
there
one.
it is.
There it is.
The one. Woo!
Oh, that looks clean. Oh, I like how this looks. This looks good. This looks good.
That's there.
I don't think I played this one, but I heard of it though.
I've heard about it, but I think I played it one time. Those are my favorite. Very cool.
Ooh.
Enjoy the museum and more. Hey, look at there! There's Scream on top. There's Scream on top.
Yep, right there.
Although it was a bad presentation. Ugh.
Wait, what's that? Oh, that was Gambit. Ah, yes.
There he is.
Peak.
Oh,
I like
this. Thank you, Magneto.
Yes. This.
Okay, people are, but it's pixelated. It's not. There's a great video comparing OG Final Fantasy to Rebirth. Rebirth may have better graphics, but you lose a lot of this wonderful art style that the original had. Like when I was playing Rebirth again, mostly because I never finished it, I was still like in chapter 1 or chapter 2. No, hell, I wasn't even to the first boss. When I got to the first boss, I'm like, okay, decent boss battle here. But then when they went to kill the boss, aka Sephiroth, I was like, I just lost everything. I was like, there's no cool background. It's just like a random tree, and it's Sephiroth who kills him. Like, I didn't want to know how Sephiroth killed it. Because that big giant snake boss, if you did fight it, you kind of died to it. It's in the games when you finally get the chocobos, you go like, oh, how do you kill that thing? This is what I miss about old game, because despite this being an arcade game, look at the waterfall in the background. Look at the trees. Look at the rocks.
Look at the explosions.
Modern day stuff would make this look better, but it'll also be a little bit more cinematic. There's nothing wrong with that if they can match the energy, the synergy. So what you see on display still took them hours to do, but it's still like, this is a cool setting. I think my last favorite fighting game with backgrounds was MK9, because those backgrounds were beautiful, detailed. There was a freaking dragon one that was like, oh my god, there's a dragon. So cool.
Oh, this is probably the we're probably at the Savage Land. This has to be the Savage Land because I do recognize the
Looks like it.
jungle foliage. Oh,
Sweet.
Colossus.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That
That's
is
Cyclops.
beautiful.
I forgot what Cyclops looks like. Oh gee, because I maximum collection.
Ooh.
Coming
Oh,
soon to all the
oh,
consoles
I
and
am
to Steam. There you go, all the consoles and Steam. Wonderful news to have off. But enough of talking about
this
Tomorrow
was a
Comedy Arcade
perfect
to this.
this was a perfect early birthday present for me. I'm like, ah, I am going to stream it. I know, despite the fact of what we know and everything, but you know what? It's not going to stop me from playing. I am going to play this and I'm going to enjoy it. Okay, Joker, what do we got next? I'm so
Okay,
hyped right
so
now.
here we go. They're gonna go in order here, so a little bit. So bear with me right now. We've heard a lot about what's going on right now, so no one's out of the race quite yet. First, we get this little thing. Netflix blog's Ted Centers is set to visit the White House to discuss Warner Brothers deal. Donald Trump recently called Netflix to immediately fire a board member that criticized him or pay the consequences. Okay, okay, Mr. President. Okay, there's that. But the reason why they're going to there right now because it is with all the attorney stuff. Like we need to check to see things if you're going to get the deal or not. But also at the same time, Warner Brothers finally accepted a new offer from Paramount that could lead to superior proposal than the current Netflix deal. It went from 31, but I think an updated one went to 32 shares. So now it's like, And like we said previously, to refresh your memories, Netflix is still telling the WB shareholders, along with some of WB's side, to be like, take our deal. It's looking better. But now it's like, you might be losing. And then here's like the final thing to get things sort of clarified to you need to be very careful right now for what's going to happen. But this is the middle part which I want to say that hey, this speaks the truth right here. Be very careful. If the mega merger does happen with one of them, here's what's going to happen to Paramount. And then here's what's going to may happen if they come to the well, Netflix is going to get it. So either way, for either company to kind of get them, it's not looking the best because
Okay, let's see. What do we got here? Let's see. Mega Merger has encountered significant resistance. All cash hostile counter bid from Paramount. Skydance led by David Ellison. The deal is also faced. Oh. Regarding the future of theatrical film distribution, of stream company controls a major historic studio. To justify tradition, it's rather than just traditional. Wow. Ooh, that is grim right there. Continue, Joker.
Again, kind of like my final opinion of all this because it is becoming a headache. Hey, what's up, Sarah George? Is that I really don't want any company to win right now. I prefer a healthy competition, make better films, make better products, but my days are sadly gone now. So because everything is just what trends to even what Jacksepticeye said a little bit while back ago, like short memory attention spans, get rid of shorts, because even something what Matt Damon kind of released out, saying that when they were making their movie, he kind of revealed that Netflix kind of wants the plot to be stated like 3 to 4 times during the movie due to audience short attention span. And I'm like, come on, The Rip was a really good movie. Yes, there was a lot of swearing, but It was a really good movie based on a true story, so I thought the movie was really good. Not sponsored or anything, but that was a really good movie. So they can make a good product. There just happens to be a lot of garbage that comes out every once in a while to get to the good stuff. But even then, if Paramount gets it, it's that, but you promised 30 movies per year in the cinema. Can you keep that promise? They couldn't because they refused to show Avatar: The Last Airbender movie in theaters because they pushed it to streaming. So, bitch, that was a lie. But then also you think about the debt too, so it's like, not looking good. And let's not forget the time that WB was bought out by AT&T, so that didn't help out either. But that's all I got to say with my 2 cents.
Oh man, this is like, ooh, hey, that's actually a pretty cool. That's actually a pretty cool plug right there. I'll have to check them out. This whole thing, you know what this reminds me of, Joker? You know what this reminds me of?
What does it remind you of?
The Monday Night Wars.
Hmm.
This reminds me of when Vince McMahon bought out WCW, and then around that same time, ECW folded in that year, in 2001.
Okay.
And Vince McMahon bought it for like really dirt cheap. And to me, that's really suspicious. That whole deal still stinks. I'm like, there's a lot more to it than that. But this is what it reminds me of.
And there's
right
a
now,
lot, I think so too, because it's not just about who gets what, it's just what's going to happen. That's why a lot of filmmakers, again, when I can agree with most of them, even from the ASG and a few others, I'm like, yes, finally you can say it that this is going to be a problem for filmmaking because they don't want to go just to some of the few or some of even the distribution model and how it's done. So it's like, for any of them really. So, like I said, the government can still stop it saying that no, I don't think any company should get it. So just go back. Even though our great president said that it was smart for Disney to buy out Fox, then again, he is a businessman. So I'm just saying that for that. Not trying to get political, but something's going to happen in the future. That's all I can say. But at the same time, when it does happen, I'm just going to say it. There might be too little too late for Hollywood when the crash finally comes down. So we'll have to wait and see. But speaking of which, speaking about Hollywood, I know they're still going along with it, but at least you might get me into the theaters just a little bit because Christian Bale is apparently in the Heat 2 movie alongside DiCaprio. So,
okay,
you're giving me
okay.
some. I might get my popcorn now. I might get a ticket, but like I said, folks,
I
they're
will
not really
bring.
selling me the pen.
I will
I made my
bring.
stance.
I will bring my episode 3 popcorn bucket. I will bring it if we can get one more person. If we can get Henry Cavill or somebody. Actually, you know what? Jason Statham. You know what? Let's get Jason Statham in here.
No, the man does not need to do more action movies. No, if he's gonna be
No,
in this,
wait. Here's a joke one. This is a joke one. Kevin James.
Actually, I would love to see Kevin James because he can act.
Because
No, seriously, I
he
saw this
starts.
one where he played like a very much a nasty dude during the lockdowns, and I'm like, and it was a refreshing take actually, because he was like a NN. I can't say the word on YouTube. He was like a white NN, so that's abbreviation right there. So I'm not going to say it for the sake of YouTube. And I'm like, he's not doing this to be funny. He was kind of taking the role to be serious, and I'm like, yeah, I like this side of him. Like he was doing something serious. I wish the movie was edited a little better here and there, but I'm like, what he was given, I'm
I
like, yeah, he's doing his best. So
I could see
as a
Kevin
joke,
James
I would love
in
to see
this.
him in Heat 2 and be like, what can he do in a serious drama directed by the great Michael Mann? And if Statham's going to be in this movie, he's not doing the action scenes. No, he's going to be a cop, and he will like it. I mean, the man for Statham must have somewhere in his claws star as the most generic hero man ever. Because
I mean, he
look
was
at
in Mall
Ordinary
Cop.
Man.
He
Look at the
was
film
in.
Ordinary Man. Was it Ordinary Man or was it?
I think it was.
Because it was right after Beekeeper, which I'm like, okay, I like that movie better than it has any right to be. But then like Ordinary Man, it's like, oh, here we go again. I'm just a guy just doing my simple construction job. That little girl got hit. Whoa, get the out of here. And then it's like, you have no idea what you've done. I'm like, does he star in as most ordinary guy ever with a secret background? I'm like, that's twice in a row, and he's done so many action moves. I'm like, I'm not surprised if he does have this in his claws somewhere, at least. So.
I watch. By the time Knightcast this episode's over tonight, we're gonna get the announcement the next day, and we'll be like, well, there went that.
There's that. But you want to know some other announcements right here?
Actually, Herschel Ali, Sinners. That I could see that happening. That would be good.
Wait, you want Ali, or do you know Ali wasn't in Sinners?
Oh, who was it? Sinners 2. Sinners Joker, help me out here. You went to go see it.
Saw it. Yep, love it. I was even watching on the plane. Do you want
what was his fucking name?
Dario Lindo?
Yes. I could see him in that movie. And
you want Jordan?
Jordan. Oh yeah, Jordan. You know what? Jordan would be perfect for this movie. I can see because he does do the seriousness. I believe the seriousness of the film, like in the scenes I've seen him in.
Curveball. The freshman who's pretty much a double threat, Miles Cotton.
Oh,
because in his freshman outing, not only could he act, but he could sing. Even during the car rides, like, here, come on, play me too. And he's like, traveling. The way Jordan looks at him, he's like, wow. Like, that is genuine reaction, not something that's like, oh, script and just act surprised. Jordan probably was like, damn, this guy can actually sing. Like, wow. I mean, he could do it. So that's my curveball. I mean, your first outing is in a freshman movie, is in one of the best movies of the years. And if somehow you could get in Heat 2, it'd be like, dude, how much that would boost your career? And again, you would slowly get me to buy a Dr. Pepper, not sponsored by Dr. Pepper, to the cinemas. You know how slowly you would get me in? Be like, this is the guy from Sinners. I'm getting in the seat now, but you're not getting me in fully yet. So, but honestly, I don't know where he's going to go after this because, dude, Sinners is skyrocketing him. It's like, whatever you do next is going to be making big waves. Speaking about big waves, we got a whole list of
oh my goodness gracious
for the Norse duology series for Amazon's God of War. As we all know, Ryan Hertz is going to be Kratos. This young actor, Colin Vincent as Artorias. We have Alistair Duncan as this Norse god.
Mimir,
thank you. We have Teresa Palmer as Sif, so Tracy Palmer. We have Max Parker as Heimdall. We also know who our Thor is. As Olaf Olafsson. Manny Patinkin surprised me to be Odin. Like he shocked me. Like, Manny Patinkin
he does
as
have it.
Odin. He could do it. I would prefer somebody else, but I'm like, I'll give him a fair chance. Danny
He has the
Woodrum,
look.
he
He
kind of
does
has
have
the
the look.
look. Homelander, no, not Homelander. Yeah, Homeland. There we go, Homeland. He was on that for a very long time, so I'm like, yeah, he could probably do it. As Odin, no, I mean, Danny Woodburn as Brock, and then you had like, because these two are brothers, you had Jeff as Cinder, and last but not least, recently announced Ed Serkin as Boulder. Funny enough, the guy who played Boulder in the original, he was the father in Black Mask and Black Phone to the two children. So yeah, so if you watch Black Mask, the first one, and you're like, who is this dad talking to his daughter? That's him. So I'm like, for some of them, it does make sense. Obviously, we talk about Kratos. We're not going to talk about him again, but that's still cool that he was an OG fan. So wonderful highlight. Also, he was the original Thor. I still can't get this. He was Thor in the games. Now he's Kratos. That's awesome. Before Artorias, I'm a little concerned of that. Yes, he's younger, but probably with zero acting experience. But obviously, he's going to have a lot of help with again, got the dad award over there. So it's like I think he'll do fine, but this is a lot of pressure because Artorias is like central to the storyline. Central, like it really is. If you play the first God of War 2018, Artorias is literally your companion throughout the entire journey. So good luck. I have no ill will, but good luck. Manny Patinkin, I can see it, but good luck. Some of the others, though, I'm like, can Ed do it? Probably. But there's also the second time he's playing a villain that can't feel pain, so awesome. These two gentlemen, I'll give them a fair shot. But for everybody else, I'm like, I have to wait and see. But as Phoenix said, we should not be getting the North Series. Why can't we go Greek? Please. A Robert Eggers Greek film would be so badass. Or Greek series, please.
Yes,
But
please.
that's who we have right now. So want to hear you guys' thoughts and below, and who guys you would have picked for some of these choices if they end up backfiring. What are your thoughts, Amine?
So far, this is a very solid cast. I'm glad that we're getting new faces in rather than the establishment tropes that we've been seeing lately. However, I'm glad that it's new faces, people we can actually see. I will give Manny Patinkin his due. I can't wait to see what he does, and I want to see the trailer and then give my full opinion on it. But for right
Our
now,
first
this
look
looks
from
good.
somewhere, so we'll have to wait and see for this one. Because this is a big. Because I want to like it, but I don't know for sure. So speaking about not knowing for sure from Amazon, once again they have given up on a triple open world game, a narrative driving game from Maverick Game, led by former Horizon Dead. But the development is not stopped since this development team is seeking a new partner to finish the game, and hopefully they'll show it later this year's. Um, yeah, despite Amazon, like shutting down, like they're another Overwatch clone and a few others. We'll have to wait and see. Obviously, they're putting a lot of faith into both of the Tomb Raider games, the full-blown remake, reimagining of the original, and the continuation after Shadow Tomb Raider. So that kind of does make sense where they're going to put it all in the money on that. But don't they at least hang on to this just a little bit longer? But that's the industry for you. I think they know then they're just going to play it safe. But a open world narrative driving game, I do like the Forza series, at least the Horizon stuff, because they actually have a narrative go along with it for you trying to be the best of the best. So at least that first game of 360, that was a good racing game.
Absolutely. Man, that's I can't I well, ladies and gentlemen, this is a continuing trend that we've been seeing lately. No studio shut down this time, but it looks like they just Amazon just said, "Well, what can we do? We'll just drop it to somebody else. You guys work with this. We're done." I don't know, but we don't know what the game is though. We don't even know what it is, and and former Forza Horizon is really good. Ask anybody, they'll tell you.
It's a good racing sim, honestly. Very good, very polished.
So those
Very
if these are the devs, and it's bound to be a good game. It's bound to be a good one, but we need publishers. We need a partner in this.
All right. So both you, me, and Dash and Phoenix know, I am very much excited for Crimson Desert because very much excited this year. Very excited. But
Ooh,
here's
here we go.
here's the release, the specs, the requirements, folks. Minimum requirement, obviously, you know by now, 64-bit Windows 10 processor, Riz 5, 226X or an i5, 85, 16 gigabytes of memories of RAM, graphics either RX 6500 GT or GTX 1060, DirectVision 12. Yes, it's a lot of storage right now, 135 gigabytes. So probably start deleting some games if you don't want to chew up all that memory. Obviously, you need your SSD required, but your recommended is a little bit higher, along with getting that RTX 280. So and more stuff. So SSD required. So these are our specs. I am gonna say for how Desert has always looked, it has that feeling of this game cannot look real, but it is real. It's coming out. We're hearing early feedback from people who are playing the game, and they're saying that you have no idea what's in store for you. So I'm like, good, good, but is it gonna live up to my expectations? We'll just have to wait and see. And that's why I'm getting so excited. It isn't the usual, oh yeah, it's good. I've seen it done a thousand times before. Like this feels like an actual game now that's coming back out. That kind of feels both modern, but also going back to some of the classic stuff of classics RPGs, where it is open world, but you can really do a whole lot with it when you think about it. So I'm getting excited.
Exactly. And it is a time to get excited. Also, apparently, Joker, we have to wait 2 more months now because Mouse PI for Hire is delayed until April 16th.
Yep, I was gonna bring this up right away.
I was like,
Close, so close. We can get so far. Go
and
ahead.
let's
This
see.
is your game. Go ahead.
Hello, everyone. Today, we have an important update to share with you all. We have made the decision to move the release date of Mouse PI for Hire to the 16th of April 2026. As we approach the final stages of development, we want to ensure we are taking the extra time and care needed to make Mouse PI for Hire an experience to remember. We remain unwavering in our goal to deliver you the best game we can, and that will just take an extra few weeks. We are excited to share more of the game with you and in the lead up to launch. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you for your incredible support. Fumi Games and Playside Studios. See, now this is something I can get behind because you could tell they really care about this game and they really want to give it like that extra time to polish it up. Like, okay, let's make sure we have we have bug A fixed and bug B fixed and have a very clean launch. and release and everything, because we all saw what happened with Cyberpunk's 2077, that disaster. I
Cyberpunk,
do,
No Man's Sky, Fallout 70, 6, any broken game in the last few years. So it's not great. This has been what we dub the broken game era, where a lot of games are just broken at launch coming out, and you start to wonder that why are you even making a, not even this game, but why are we shipping things out in such an unbroken state? Heck, again, as much as people like Call of Duty, you guys deserve better launch titles than what you've been getting the last few games.
oh my
Horribly
lord,
optimized.
I checked out after I checked out after Van Garbage. I checked out. I was done. That was my
I was
breaking. That was my breaking point.
I was done after Black Ops 3 because when I saw Infinite Warfare, I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I mean, Infinite Copy and Paste, the actual title of that game, with the disgraced bastard known as Jon Snow. I was like, nope, I'm done. So I got early, and you stayed on for the ride. So I was like, nope. So I was lucky. So, yeah. But like we say, delayed game is a better game than a rush game. So take your time, folks. Deliver the best product possible. Okay, this is the headline. I am allowed to rage right now.
Go ahead.
Roll the clip. You know the clip that I want.
You beg? Now you've made me very, very, very. Yeah, forget it.
Go ahead, Joker. This is your
They
stage.
shut down Blue Point Games last week, and they will be fully closed next week. And if everyone's saying that, but no, none of this is true, it is true. But you can take some of the stuff as a little bit grain of salt of what they were working on or what they could have been working on. But when you bought Blue Point Games 5 years ago, after the Demon's Souls remake, everybody was wondering, are they going to do Bloodborne next? I'm like, sure, remake Bloodborne or remaster that shit, give it up to 60 FPS, give us some good quality life improvements. We'll take it. And funny enough, like I said earlier, like in my video last year, I think it was last year that I made, that there was an article by Sony admitting this, saying that we need to make smaller budget titles again instead of wasting money on these massive projects. Well, according to Jim Ryan and his successor, apparently they were chasing live service trends. Look what happened. We can't keep saying it's on COVID. No, this is on Sony and PlayStation side. Execs agreeing that live service games are the future. Fuck you, Fortnite. Build it once, add on later. So apparently, again, you can take with a grain of salt who's talking to who's to. But at the end of the day, here it is. Blue Point Games shits Demon's Souls. The talks begin with Sony acquisition to work on more original projects. Sony didn't think remakes, remasters made enough money, and some people within Blue Point Games and Sony wanted to play enough. You should be furious within the first statement alone. Really? Really? Remakes, remasters made enough money. Hello? When you shipped out Demon's Souls, it was locked on the PS3. And a full-blown remake of this was like, was incredible. It stayed faithful to the original. They took some criticism of what fans saw about how some of the enemies look or how things did look. They're like, we'll take it to heart. And it's like, hey, they fixed stuff. They fixed it for you. And it was great. All right, continue on. All heard that the Shadow Colossus remake lost money, but it was assumed it would, but Yoshida wanted to preserve the game. Thank you, Yoshida-san. Colossus remake biggest criticism was the new face on the main character. However, Fumioto Uda wanted to look that way and designed it. So cool. The conversation about doing add-on content remakes to help with funding into original content and grow design department. It was assumed that Bluepoint would be remaking Bloodborne after Demon's Souls. Again, it was so obvious right then and there. Bluepoint had a design team department of 1 or 2 people, but was not sufficient for a full project. Understandable. That's why you hire contractors. All right, here we go. Here's the thing. So after this, but people are saying that there's no internal. Okay, I need to pull this up again.
Oh no.
Because I got to pull this up because this is I got to. Because Miyazaki had to, from the CEO, from director Hideki Miyazaki, knows for a fact other FromSoft devs want a Bloodborne PC port, but if I say I want one, I'll get in trouble. But it's nothing I'm opposed to. But at the same time, if we're like, but where's the Bloodborns? That this is basically Miyazaki saying that don't ask me, you guys need to ask Sony. Hence why all the emulators are out for Bloodborne. But then people are wondering, but so is it Miyazaki's? It's not FromSoft. So it directly belongs to Sony. Because even so, because I gotta pull this up, because on the 30th year for, okay, we'll blow that up. Because on the 30th year for PlayStation, there was this trailer for Sony. There was this trailer for Sony celebrating 30 years of PlayStation, and it wasn't just about that as well. Hold on, let me find the actual PlayStation. Okay, here we go. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna pull this up, right? Oh God, go away, you stupid ass! I hate this. Okay, hold on. Because we have like 30 years of PlayStation, and you see like all these different titles, like, if you know the story, yada yada yada. But if you get here, it's about family, it's about friendship, and then you go to, then you see all the other titles, like you see Spider-Man here, like living that fantasy, being a hero. It's about courage, and you go on. It's all this amazing stuff, but then. Yes, even Laura's in here. It's about Legends. Love that little nod. Fastballs. Resistance. People wanting for a Resistance title. Souls. Yada, yada, yada.
Oh my goodness.
Velocity, mischief, sneaking, intensity, freedom. Even you, Kingdom Hearts, you start on PS2. Heroics, joy, drama. And then Bloodborne pops up at the end. And we're all like, there has to be something about Bloodborne related. Like, we're wondering, is it about the second game? Are we finally going to get a port to a PS5 or a patch that's going to say, use a 60 FPS patch for you? Time to get back to this and start to feel a little saddening. Apparently, it was pulled from the table, and the Bloodborne department had no projects. Bluepoint decided to work on stuff to help with Ragnarok and everything. And then the push for live service desired happened. And you kind of see what they were trying to make, because I believe in the leaks that came out, you can kind of see what they happened to what was leaked about what Bluepoint games were making. So kind of like a God of War live service game that's mixed with Assassin's Creed. So, okay, so that was kind of like original, but then not original. But then it's like, okay, but then what's going on here? Then the buyout happened. Then all this happens. And then here's the main thing we're going to focus on here a little bit longer. So apparently prototyping with their new original IP comes into work. Demon's Souls meets God of War. There's that. We know it was a live service title, but they weren't told it was meant to be live service. Minimum design team. Despite there being 40 people, it was minimal. Didn't have a game director. So it's kind of like, who's going back and forth to make it? So there's that. Again, we go further down here. It gets a little more messy. Issues with the game engine. Problems of even making a live service title. There's no clear leadership or direction. So apparently it was not moved back, so at least against this live service concept, but then we all know it was canceled early last year. Then last year, play the father clip, because look what they were trying to pitch. Look at that. Look at
Bad. Now you've made me very, very, very.
Get it?
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Go ahead.
We could have had folks, Jack and Daxter, come back. Jack and Daxter, a series that Naughty Dog likes to ignore, a series that Naughty Dog will never acknowledge outside of Uncharted 4 and some teasers in Last of Us Part 2. Could have had a Jack and Daxter remake or a Resistance remake. Resistance that has been dormant by Sonic since the PlayStation at the end of the PlayStation 3 life cycle. Since Resistance 3, since it didn't make enough money and they shift to horror. The horror aspect was pretty cool, but it didn't sell well enough to continue the franchise. We could have had Resistance. We could have had more from Shadow Colossus, bringing it to the PS5, updating the graphics and adding 4 to 6 new bosses with several pull for the original PS2 content. So, again, take the blame of salt if you want to, if you don't want to trust this guy or not, because there's a lot of stuff going around right now and some confusion. But original content, something that the Legacy of Kain Defiance just added back in. So, timing's everything, folks.
You know what?
But
Blue Point was probably like this. It was probably
incentive. Okay. What's the matter? You miss that?
But then Sony was probably like this.
What's in this box? The box.
Saying all these IPs that Sony has at their pockets, Jack, Resistance, Shadow, getting an update for that would be great. I would love to see what they would have done with Sly Cooper, man. I'm a Cooper fan. Please. And it's funny enough because they put Sly Cooper on the PS4 and PS5 on digital,
and
with the emulation stuff that they have, which was great. And I thought for sure, if I buy these games, all 3 of them, could that possibly make Sony go to Blue Point and be like, can you remake the first game? Because it sold was it 2 million for digital sales? I think it was or less.
I think it was 2 million.
I think it was 1.5, close to 2 million for the first game alone. And it was there's a market here, and it was only $20. So $20 full price for 2 million people. It's people want our old titles back? Yes, Sony. Yes, Microsoft. But then it gets worse because all these get pitched or kind of don't get pitched to. It's it doesn't go there. They try to do something with something called Black Fang, aka all this stuff, but trying to make it a Ghost of Tsushima spin-off Sony that it's okay, Tsushima does well. It's you could probably do something with that. And I'm fine with Ghost of Yotai. I like Ghost of Yotai, but in the end, nothing happens. They tried making stuff, doesn't happen. We also know for a very guaranteed fact that Blue Point was struggling to make stuff happen. But in the end, Sony decided to shut down everybody and be like, that's it. No more. Studio's going to close. Next.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
See, that's the perfect clip right there. After all that, this the fact we could have gotten Jack and Daxter, which I like the first game I had a lot of fun in. I have yet to play the second game, but I'm working my way towards it. But I did have a good time with the first game. I had a good time, but I would have loved to seen that get an amazing glow up. I mean, for fuck's sake, we already have Ratchet and Clank ripped apart already. We already have that. And you mean to
I
tell
would
me
love to see a actual remake of the first game that's not based upon the movie, but an actual proper remake of the first game on the PS4 or PS5. You know how cool that would have been? An actual remake that's not just the storytelling of the movie. It would have been like bringing back the edginess, the teen rating. It's like, dude, come on. I would love to have Going Commando. Going Commando was my favorite game of the trilogy. Or Deadlock. Would love to have Deadlock. But Sony, in their infinite wisdom, and PlayStation was like, get fired. But do not let distract you, folks, because, as Phoenix says, and still no new trailer, sus, just after they are shutting down Bluepoint and everybody's getting at them, they shut down all the social media for a while. Yes, we have a release date for Wolverine. Now, ain't that suspicious?
that is suspicious.
They get all this backlash, and to mitigate it, they're like, show them the Wolverine release date. I'll still buy it. But there's not
Personally,
even a trailer for this.
you know what? You know what's so sad? You know what's so sad, Joker? That Marvel arcade collection we showed earlier. I'm infinitely more hyped for that than this. And that's
I mean,
so sad. It's sad because I like what I saw with the Wolverine and everything. I did, but at the same time, it's like, are we kidding ourselves here?
you know, you're not wrong. But I even talked to Phoenix about this. I'm like, because even I said under his post, if you go back to me, even I said that like, I think it's right down. Oh my god, I just had it right here. This is Damage Control. After the higher ups at Sony and PlayStation shut down Bluepoint. Sus for sure. Because when you think about it, here's the thing. They could have given us the release date at the State of Play, which was a couple weeks ago. They just had a State of Play.
Yes, and that's what and that was on like one of my predictions because I did like I was watching and I'm like, okay, we're bound to get a Wolverine announcement here and there, and
Even with like
nothing.
a 30-second clip of like something newish enough, but didn't show up, and I was thinking, okay, maybe the next State of Play. But now they do it here. This is PR coming in. This is full-blown Damage Control. Because look at all that. I should be hyped for this. I'm like, and I'm still doing this. I think Bluepoint deserves better, and hopefully some of these employees have bounced back and gone to different jobs within the industry to continue to work, or at least just moved on, because that's so shitty. And the reason, oh my god, let me find the reason again. I will find you guys the reason. Not Jim Ryan. What's his name? What's his name? His name is Holtz. Oh no, I'm just gonna say it because I did find it earlier. Jim Holtz said the reason why they shut down Bluepoint was that, well, things are too expensive these days. You know, we need to cut back. I'm like, So you shut down a studio that could have made you a small size budget game and shut them down and not somebody else who's bleeding you dry. No one's going to buy the new Horizon live service title. I think that's dead on arrival. It doesn't look interesting. Horizon deserves better with the weird marketing they've been trying to do. They even did the Lego game that hardly anybody bought, despite a few people buying it. But it's like, this is not how you run a company. What needs to happen is that you need to shut down the USA branch and put PlayStation back in Japan. In my opinion, that's what needs to happen. Shut down the US branch, at least the office, at least, and go straight back to Japan. Because I can't do this no more, because I love some of these Western branch companies. They're really good, but the way how they've been treating the consumer lately, and the fact they still want to do a PS6 when this generation hasn't really shown the full capabilities of this console, what it can do, I'm not going to buy a PS6. I'll stick with the PlayStation 5 as long as I can. Just terrible, man. Just terrible. But I got some more better positive news to move on from this mitigated disaster. Apparently, Shift Off CEO and Celebrate director, both of them, shared his excitement hearing news about Yoko Taro, because it's Yoko Taro and Evangelion. Yoko Taro and Evangelion? Like what's going on here? Like, it's Yoko Taro Evangelion, because the big announcement. I mean, this was big. And I was like, is this an out of season April Fool's joke? I felt like, what's going on here? Like, there's no way something about Yoko Taro and Evangelion. Because if you missed the news, it's legit. I thought they were joking. It's official. There's a new Neon Genesis Evangelion anime written by Yoko Taro himself, animated by Cloverworks and Studio Kara, and yes, music done by the Nier composer. So I felt like, no, this is a joke. You guys are joking. No, I'm not joking. This is legit. Like, this is legit. Like, Yoko is making a new project for Neon Genesis Evangelion. And if you're saying that, no, it's not. It's legit. It's real. Because here it is on its official account. Gotta go back just a little bit more, because I think it should be right here. Here it is, right here. To commemorate the 30th anniversary of EVA, we've announced the first report regarding the production of a completely new series of Evangelion at the final program a couple days ago. Series composition screenplay, Yoko Taro, lead composer. Okuba Keiichi, Okuba Keiichi, composer for Dragon Guard 3, one of the Street Fighter titles. Nier and Nier Automata, and he also did help on Stellar Blade as one of the helpers. He was working for the music department for that game. And going back to, again, Yoko, because this is his official account, because this is official, I cannot answer any product, answer about any products. Please ask publisher. That's why I love Yoko. It was announced. I'll do my best. I truly thought this was a joke. But when the man himself came out and announced it, I was like, no way. Like, what, it's going to be a new timeline? the children, are we gonna move as them? And I do like Evangelion as well, but it's like Yoko's working on this, so it's probably gonna be an interesting screenplay. I just wonder how a screenplay is gonna work, going from a game director and writer to something more contained in an anime format. So we'll see. We'll have to wait and see. Like, I think anime is a little shocked right now because it's probably processing this right now, going like Yoko's making this. Like, isn't that Yoko Tower? Yes, that Yoko Tower.
I'm excited. I'm way more excited. Guess what? We have the and Joker. This is before GTA 6. What time period are we in right now? Because this has been amazing. We've had a lot of bad moments already in the first 2 months of this year, but you know what? The rest of it is actually lining up to be really good. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Uh, it's gonna be a little weird, but this is also true. Because
It could go in. I would be in favor of that direction. Actually, I would like to see new faces, but also honor the original ones. But time will tell, though. Time will tell. We have yet to see
how much Hideaki Anno gave him with the freedom, because even Anno said making the last movie, it is with feeling, because he's finally recovered. Because Anno's been struggling a lot with his up here a lot with him, so in the psych wide, and that's why he kind of asked the VAs for help, for like, hey, you know the character better now than I do, so. But I do like the end of Evangelion movie a lot, because like that was a nice sign off. Finally, it's a happy ending with feeling. So we'll have to wait and see for this. So so I got a so I got a game. So I got a game over here by Red Art Games. Lure for content creators and City Hunter, inspired by the first season of Sunrise, legendary anime where you play as Shinjuku renowned cleaner Roy Sabe, is launching tomorrow digitally on PS5, Xbox, Steam, Nintendo consoles. So I'm like, oh, so I have yet to see this legendary anime, but I'm like, oh, okay. So kind of interesting. This kind of popped up on my timeline when it did, and I said, okay, then I'll talk about this for a little bit. So sweet. But as always, with one of my favorite directors, Mike Flanagan, this guy is always busy. He's got more stuff with here and there, and you promise his version of The Mist isn't as retarded as the 2007 movie. I love that film, and there's zero point of remaking it, which is why I'm going a different direction. And to be fair, that movie is kind of a mixed one. But at the same time, I still remember that shot of the movie, and I was like, oh, so that was in The Mist. Like holy hell. But then the ending is just so outside of left field for the characters. And it's an ending you have to see it or watch it on YouTube. But it's like, okay, so Mike is always busy, and I kind of like his attitude for a lot of stuff. But moving on. If you're wondering about Saints Row, it's dead. It's dead. It will not get in the title, according to the designer of the first game. Chris Stockman said the series publisher Embracer has no interest in the franchise. He tried to pitch a prequel to the first game where you would see stills water kind of be taken over by the gangs and the gang. Well, even though this is before the player came into play, so you'll see how everything kind of shaped the games from the ones we had into and why everybody was always fighting over Stillwater before the player showed up. So yes, this would have been probably a Julius focus center game before how we recruited Johnny and a few others before the player showed up. But it's dead. You wanna know why it's dead? Because that awful remake came out, or reboot. They had no connections to the players. Didn't want to be an actual gangster game. Didn't want to be a good GTA clone. And it was like, that's it. It's gone. Sold horribly. Had a high expensive budget. And it's not just that. Like,
This is what happens when you put a clown with who doesn't respect what Saints Row was all about. What was it, a GTA clone? Yes, it was, but it was done in a comedic fashion because they say the greatest form of the greatest imitation is the greatest form of flattery.
Saints Row 2 was the best Saints Row game we ever got.
Yes, and then it got wild. It got
serious, added out, balanced out the comedic humor better. The boss was awesome to play as completely because now we're in control. Almost all the missions were memorable. I do think that Pierce got the sideline and the Ronin sideline. I think he should have been helping out a bit more better. But damn, that was a badass game, man. That was a badass game. I even bought a copy and I was playing on my Xbox One thanks to backwards compatibility. It is choppy on the backwards compatibility, but once it got going and I wasn't like doing anything too crazy, I was living childhood memories, man. I was living childhood memories. That was a good game. But when you look at this, we've lost almost every GT-like series before 6. The Watch Dogs series, dead at Ubisoft, delete not meeting expectations. Saints Row, dead, was shut down in 2023. Just Cause 5 was canceled in 2023. Sleeping Dogs, probably the biggest miss. I love that game so much. A sequel sounded awesome. And what they could have done with the whole, you get to play as the main protagonist again, along with being the guy who's another guy who's going to be more the dirty cop scenario. So come on, man, this would have been great. So Square is just sleeping on it, and they're doing nothing with it. The Simpsons Hit and Run sequel was refused by Vivendi Games. Total Overdose sequel was canceled after Deadline Games filed for bankruptcy in 2009. I can't believe it, but Scarface was sequel canceled 2009.
I did stream that game. I did stream the Scarface game. I did stream that.
Look at all. Come on.
And Scarface, The World Is Yours was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I had a great time on that game. Sleeping Dogs. People do not sleep on Sleeping Dogs. It is really
they have because Sony
story, heart. It had story. It had heart, and it was realistic. It was very realistic.
But apparently, Square didn't think so because they said, "Well, the game only sold 1.75 million copies."
However, I'm gonna admit something. I'm going on record. I have never played The Getaway. I have never played it. I have not played the Getaway series. I have not played that one. But I am willing to put it on the list of games to stream down the road. Should the interest be there. Total Overdose. I remember that one. By the way, Radical Entertainment's back.
I know. That's the funny thing. They're back now, and it's like, what? So who knows?
We might have a chance. We might have a chance.
We might have a chance for Just Cause. No, not Just Cause. For Prototype, actually. We might have a chance for Prototype.
And we might have a chance for Simpsons. We might have a chance with that.
We'll have to wait and see for that one, but But it is sad when people who are in control of stuff don't know what to do, and you just kind of get slop. Slop over there. Turn, and it's like, well, what's going to happen? It's sad. It's disappointing. Some of these games are really good. I think Watch Dogs just never got on the right foot. I felt like 2 was a great step in the right direction. 1 was still good, but fell a little bit weak in the story. Legion was not the right direction. If I had to fix Legion entirely, it should have been the best of 1 and 2 with both Aiden and Roach, because their DLC apparently was the better than the original base game. So I think that's what they should have done with it. Make it an Aiden, Pierce, and Roach storylines. Them taking down like CTO, that company. So, but it's a sad thing because when you have something that's really good and the fans do like it, we should make them happy. But instead, what did we get with the Volition devs at that time of the reboot? Haters are gonna hate. Yeah, we've grown up. This is our game. They had to open their mouths and be like this. Again, it never felt like a proper Saints Row game. So, bummer, man. There's so many games out there that I do like and appreciate that sadly just never get what they're coming to. But speaking about something that I can be happy for, they're hitting the big screen. You'll be able to watch the first 2 episodes of season 2 on One Piece hitting cinemas and select cinemas on March 10th. Yes. So like what some of these studios are doing now, we're putting these episodes in theaters. So you'll watch episodes 1 and 2 on March 10th in select cinemas. So I can't imagine what this is like. And I'm sure people who do go to like one of these grand openings that they did for One Piece, it's gonna be magical, because I know I saw like photos and videos of them on a beach watching the premiere for One Piece at the Netflix event. So I'm betting they're gonna do that as well again. So congratulations. But also here's one more thing. I have never played the back rooms. I want to badly. And we got our first trailer for the back rooms. Now the cons of the back rooms. Hold on, let me pull up the Steam page a little. Okay, so here's the concept. The Back Rooms, the first-person survival horror game, said one of the most terrifying events of the human experience. Explore an ever-evolving nightmare while wanting from terrifying creatures to stay alive. Now why is it called? Well, this is like the whole setting. You're in these rooms and whatnot, but as you go from like, oh, doesn't look too bad, but then it goes boom, and then it's just endless. It's like a maze. It's endless. Boom, 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 boom. So this is a phenomenon for a very good reason, but it's also strange that it is getting a movie, which is kind of weird for me, but at the same time, it's based off the 4chan stuff, so it's like creepy pasta. But it's also kind of based upon the shorts, so if you kind of want to go more into stuff, definitely go into the shorts, which you can find on YouTube. So I think that's the best place to do it. So this could be good or not good, but this will be interesting how they take the concept that went from 4chan, shorts episodes on YouTube, to a video game, into this, and you can find out more on 5/29/2026. So we got a little ways to go, but that's fine. But this will be interesting because I want to know if this is going to be great or if I'm gonna really waste my time, but more in an interesting way, positively speaking of, in a positive way. So this will be interesting. So this will be interesting for me. I hope it does well, but otherwise we'll have to wait and see. Speaking of what's going to hopefully do well from the film festival, John McClane's hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Film festival. He has revealed a new movie called a samurai western revenge movie, Trondo, starring Kyoki Timroth, Jack Lawden, Tahikiro Hira, and Roy McKing. It is on Hulu, so it's like first feature film since Slow West. So I have no idea what this is about. It will be in cinemas in June 16th. So I'm like, Western meets Samurai. Always love this concept. We've done it in the past, so and kind of judging by the poster, I'm gonna have a fun movie with this one. The best of Chimbara and Jirei. And Western Showdown. So this will be interesting to watch in the cinemas.
Oh, it will be. It's going to be very interesting.
Oh. So it takes place in Scotland in 1790. Ooh, Scotland, 1790s. Tornado flees a gang of brigands led by a ruthless sugarman. Stumbles upon a remote man. Okay. So running from a gang or something. So I'm trying to fight them. Okay, interesting. Was that in theaters last? Available June 13th. Let me look at this again. Oh, that was in June 13th of last year. So it's available on Hulu right now. So you guys want to watch a movie right now, watch it on Hulu. So there you go. There you go. We got more people watching the film. All right, let's get into something more horror related. Yes, after all these years, no, it's not the full movie, sadly. But I guess either those comics did well enough. There was a comic for Event Horizon that my good friend, the Killer Critic, he was reading, and he was really liking what he was reading. So you guys could explore hell a little bit more often and what the hell happened on the ship. But most importantly, from that Titan books will release Event Horizon, the making of the classic, coming September 1st, featuring never before seen archive material and interviews with the cast and the crew. Oh, shoot, here. And the book from author Jenny P. Pipe sheds new light on the making of the 1997 classic. So, for those who don't know the story of why Event Horizon the way it is, Paul W.S. Anderson makes a sci-fi horror film. It is made, it is edited down for content reasons. Doesn't quite do so well at the box office, but apparently those VHS sales were doing really high numbers that the studio decided to be like, Paul, we will give you a director's cut now so you can get your film out the door properly. But someone, this is being on film by the way, didn't store the film properly and it was destroyed. Years later, of losing hope, there's not going to be a perfect version of the film. Paul was able to find stuff that contained his original version. But as the years go on, he has yet to watch that film, and we were kind of stuck in limbo if we're ever going to see it again. They did recently, I think a while back ago, release a 4K version of the movie, and now we're here with the comic books and this. So to me, it's also featuring never before seen archive material and interviews with cast and crew. I think that speaks volume because it's stuff that we kind of want to see to hopefully will shed some light on what the hell happened to this movie, to what happened to the film. So there's still hope at least. And I'm hoping Paul does watch his movie because, Paul, you deserve to have your movie out the door properly. And preserved. It's all about preserving people.
It, precisely that. Ooh, this is going to be a fun movie. Event Horizon.
The making of the classic.
Ooh.
Making the classic. It is a cult classic for a reason, folks. And I know it sadly didn't do well, but at the same time, it's great. All right, here we go. So our good friend Vaughn over here, Faminama, has joined Zachary Morris for this new project coming around. Quite a few people have asked, so here's the official team. It's funny because each of us has a unique story to tell. We may not be the amazing Billy Tukis, Nick Drakatus, or the Jim Lees, but we can try. And this is for... We're out here just smashing unit band together, not just out of friendship, but our love for storytelling and cosmic force bent to provide an excellent love letter to all fantasy sci-fi story out there. Creator is Zachary over here. Vaughn of Faminama fame and a few others is the writer. The editor is is Kayla Thornton, and publisher distribution Joe Santos. Joe S, because I can never pronounce his name correctly, even though I follow the guy and he follows me. So I always call him Joe S just to help out with a little bit of a tongue twister for me. So this is going to be called, I believe that's Morningstar Rising. So I believe that's the name of it. Let's see if I can find better over here. Oh, that's the other one. So, oh yeah, Mondo's Rising. So this is over here, and this is what Vaughn had to say. A star-studded team for a star-stuffed book. This is one of the coolest titles I have worked on. Do not miss out on this. Well, Vaughn, since you and Joe are on this, I think it's safe to say, yes, guys, you will have my money. You can have it. I will back this up. I know if he's gonna come in here and say, back it, Mother Ducker. I'm like, I'll back it up, Phoenix. I didn't back up the last one because I was like, oh, I forgot to back up one of them. But I will help promote. So, yes, I will back this one up when it's available. Go ahead, Anime Night.
Alrighty, let's see. Oh, this is gonna be good.
A lot of talented people over here, so you might as well try it out.
Kayla Thor. Oh, publishing distributor Sontag. Wow, look at the talent on all of this. Editor. I heard I heard a lot of good things about Kayla. I heard a lot of good things about her. She's a fantastic
What
editor.
is she known for? What is she known for being the editor on certain projects? So we can get some.
I know she has. I know she's an editor for Mondor's Rising. That's one of the few I heard. It just depends on who you ask, is what I mean. Like depending on who you ask, I'm pretty sure Vaughn can easily fill the blanks on that one. But
okay.
That's a good. But I'm glad that they have a publishing distributor, creator, artist, and editor and writer. Vaughn Coleman, he is everywhere, and I'm actually happy for the guy.
Even Phoenix has said that, like, you know, they are that man is going places out there. So, and no, truth be told, he's absolutely right. Vaughn is picking up these nice projects left and right, and I'm sure that, like, you know, it's like, hey, it's an honor to be here. But if he's got the talent to back it up, then absolutely go for it. So that's something that, you know, that I'm excited for. Excited to see creators get out there and on spread their wings. Honestly, very much nice. So spread their wings. It's not just about being a pretty face or my name carries weight. No, you got to back up with everything. With, as in, can you write something that's good that doesn't just have good character design? Because I think that's what a lot of people will get a misconcept. That it's just like because of stuff that I've been sharing with you privately. He's like, oh no, Joker's mad right now. Like, if you want a product to sell at the end of the day, it's got to be not only be good, but is it something that people want to read or buy? It is something that has a good character design that people go like, ooh, that's a nice character design. What's this character story all about? Like we saw with that Pinocchio one that we saw with it's more of a Western theme to it with magic. And I was like, dude, this looks sick. I think I will back that one up as well. But it's also, can you get my attention versus everybody others? What's the story about? The setting and the premise. And that's why I like a lot of cool creators like Vaughn, Phoenix, Darky Dark, and the few others that I do follow as well. It's like, it's not just the character design itself that sells me on it. It's like what they're telling you about the story in the plot synopsis that I go, sounds interesting. And the reason why I keep saying like Jack the Ripper Vampire Hunter back over here, why I bought that right away, it's like it combines my favorite things. We're kind of going back in time to London during that era, a little bit of Jack the Ripper. So okay, a different take of Jack the Ripper, but also vampires. I'm like, vampires? Jack the Ripper versus vampires. Sounds like a cool concept that no one's thought about before. And I was like, hey, it was a good thriller. It was a good mystery to solve it, like who was creating all the vampires. It also got on some interesting side of how Jack sees the world view and himself fighting his battle against his own humanity and thinking that like, oh, me and the vampires get along. But then it's like, no, something else is going on. They're blaming me for this, so I got to figure it out. So that's cool, but you got to have more, give the readers the reason to buy your product. Because if it's just a good design, I'm like, well, this is a good design, probably in the most bland story possible out there, where the writing can be really good with some weak art. But sometimes it's not the fault on some people. Sometimes things just clash, and it's like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Everybody starts somewhere until they figure out what works for them. Some people are just good at making good character design. Some people are better at telling stories without character design. Some people are good at other stuff. In a way, it's like you find what works best with you and then kind of go around there. I think one of the great examples of that is Don Bluth. You guys know Don Bluth? Of course you do. And you guys know Dragon Slayer. Don Bluth has admitted that I'm not a gamer. When that game came out, he's like, I'm not a gamer. Even making that game, he's like, I'm not a gamer. But he is an animator. And he didn't want to turn down that young man who kind of pitched the project to him. He's like, why don't you? And it's like they combine the best stuff. Like, I will program the game around your art. That's so cool. I'm glad they still did it. Because I don't think we would have Dragon Slayer 1 or even 2 at that point. It'd be like, dude, this is cool. And even like for me, like I'm working on stuff behind the scenes as well with my friend, the Killer Critic. I will tell you this. I think it's been, what's it, almost 5 years now? Since we met, almost 6? And maybe 5.5 working on this darn project of ours. I will tell you this. There are days where I was stressed out. That I didn't want to talk to him. There are days that I just said the wrong thing. And it's like, well, we'll talk to you tomorrow. There are days I think even he was upset with me for other things I've said, or I was upset with him. You are going to have arguments. But at the end of the day, I'm the one who stuck on the project the most. I can even admit to now saying that we hired 2 more people to help us out because it's like I didn't feel like working on this darn thing for as long as we could. So I thought like I should release some of my stress out because things were getting stressed out IRL. And then that kind of helped out. And then things kind of fell apart after a while. I almost left the product saying that like, look, you got 2 good people helping you out. One of them, not so much, not going to mention names. by the end, I felt like, that's it. I almost said my piece, but even he said like, hey, your friendship's been great. I will always remember you. And it's like, all right, I'm coming back. We had our big healing the bridge moment under the water stuff. So we're kind of back into it. We lost the other two guys, but almost at the end of the day, because I've been with him the longest, he's admit saying that you're right about a lot of stuff. And it's like, I know I was. I think I just had to say it until it was finally heard. Even he will say this, he had his Ryan Johnson moment.
Yes, he
There was a
did.
point of this project, he had his Ryan Johnson moment where he didn't want to listen. He started arguing, and every time I tried to bring something, I'm like, dude, not this. And then he would go full-blown Ryan Johnson. I'd be like, dude, just calm down. And whenever I bring it up, he does the whole Captain America thing where he goes from the second Avengers movie where he goes like, that's not going to go away. And I'm like, nope, because I'm always going to remember it. And we do have a good laugh about it, though. So, and at times, it's like, it's okay to just take it back. You got to pull back. You got to relax. You just got to remember, it's a team effort on anything. You might argue with somebody, and that might break relationships, but sometimes it just might not meant to be until you find that right partner or try it solo yourself. Heck, I could be completely wrong, but everybody's different. We all start somewhere. We all begin differently. Nobody's born with natural talent. No one told me how to make a damn project in the first place, so it was just winging it. But because I winged it for all these years, I can safely say this: make sure you have a game plan. You need a game plan.
And I
don't just wing it and be like, well, I can be like, no, have a game plan. Get that storyboard out and be like, what's plot A, B, and C first before we get to Z? Because he kept jumping to Z. There you go. That's the great way to do it.
This is 10.
That is a wonderful thing. There you go.
11. This is I'm already on the 11th page.
Woo, there you go.
And I don't have one notebook. I have two.
Oh my good lord! You're almost like You're almost like Hideaki Araki, where he kind of makes pages for his characters because he has stuff that goes like Jotaro's this height, and he's this blood type. Here's his favorite hobbies. Here's what he doesn't like.
So
here's
basically,
what his favorite food doesn't like. He does all that for all of the characters that he's done since he's been making manga. Before he got to during and after BT. So he took that with him along the way. So there you go. Hey, references. And even I said this: if you're gonna do something, sometimes you need to do some research. That's my second thing. Do some research. Don't just wing it.
Absolutely, because you're gonna need it, and that's why I've been building up. This is why I've been doing the gemology study. Tomorrow is a 1-month anniversary that I started this whole thing.
There you go. Wonderful.
And look, that's lapis lazuli. That's lapis right there.
Okay, okay. See, I would even know that from the beginning. It's like, oh, okay, I learned something new today.
Yep. And also, I can easily tell you, this is quartz. This is actually clear quartz.
I know quartz due to my science class that I took, and that one was familiar because we got to break quartz. Actually, that was pretty fun. Actually.
Oh, I would love to do that again. And guess what? This is obsidian.
Yeah, obsidian was familiar to me because I had obsidian for a rock for a class one time.
This is the base one right here.
Yeah,
this is the snowflake. This is the snowflake variant. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been very, very busy as of late. And this is turquoise.
It's even what Chuck Jones would tell you, that reading's like reading. knowledge is real. Like even the manga that I buy, I'm like, some of them's like, yeah, it's for my personal collection, but some of
You
them
should have seen. You
I'm
should have
actually
seen
reading to
Joker's.
get better at writing something, or at least being like, okay, here's how they do characters. Here's what we need to focus on, or the setting and the tone. Help, even for me, like I said, all the photos show up from vacation. That's part of the process for me because I'm like, I'm getting references. I'm doing stuff.
And remember, folks, if you're going to be testing fluorite, if you're ever going to be testing fluorite,
Oh God,
Save,
yes, be
save,
protection.
save,
Safety first.
safety first, because those UV lights, they are no joke. They are no joke. I actually, because my dumbass did my first practice one with the current UV light I have. Joker, you've seen how bright that shit is. It is
Hello,
very,
I've seen videos.
it is very, very bright, and I did suffer. I had my vision was blurry for 2 days.
Whew.
And I thank God I didn't work those 2 days, but man, did
Oh gosh.
thank God I was home that day. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you this right now. This right here is rough emerald. Yes, rough emerald. You've seen the faceted gem that is the Chaos Emeralds and the Crash Bandicoot gems, but now you're seeing the base form. This is Beryl as well. This is the formation of Beryl. See how it's all lined up where the green is? There's the vanadium. All that's where it gets the green from. This is not polished, by the way. Hasn't been oiled by the cedar wood oil. This is the roughest form of it before it gets made into for jewelry and everything.
Wow.
You see,
Learn
ladies and
something new every day.
you see, ladies and gentlemen, I take this shit very seriously. For people who are saying, "Oh, Anime Night's lazy and everything," I just proved within 3 minutes of what I've been doing outside of streaming, aside from my work. And also, here's something that's gonna blow people's minds. This is Canite. Canonite. Kyanite. I guarantee probably a majority in the chat have never seen this before. I can guarantee this is probably one of the cooler pieces I've had. And also, I will go one further. This is Jade. That's Jade.
Wow.
And keep in mind, guys, I'm only a month in on this study, and
But
I
it
am
sounds
gonna.
like a lot of fun. Sounds a lot of
Oh,
passion.
it is. And
And I
guess
think that's
what?
gonna be like my third and final thing. If you have the passion for it, just to quote them, the man, stand the myth, stand the man, the myth, the legend himself. Don't let some idiot tell you no.
I've
If you're
learned that
passionate about
lesson.
something,
I
go
learned
for
that
it.
lesson. I learned that harsh lesson, and look what I'm doing. I'm doing it now while I still can, because we get older, ladies and gentlemen. We get older, and the older you get, the harder it is. Better start now. Also,
And the
to
final
anybody,
lesson: it's never too late to start. Go for it.
exactly.
Even if
Also,
it sucks, go for it.
ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking into gemology or anything, come on by. Ask me and everything. I could safely tell you it would be better just to do the measurements from inside than go out into the field. Unless, of course, you're in Iowa or in Florida or whichever. If you know your terrain, you're fine. But I'm in the weirdest state right now for all of this.
Okay, let's
But that's
continue on.
gemology. But that's gemology with Anime Night segment. Let's continue.
All right, let's continue. We're gonna. I can't.
Okay, what do we got here?
Folks, this is not a joke. The Toby Fox, the creator of Undertale and a few other known games out there. Well, apparently, go away, Disney. Yes, he was on Toy Story 5. So he helped out on this movie. Can I get a what?
Oh,
That's in that Toby Fox helped out in the new Pixar movie.
Must I break it down for you? Yes, break it down. It would be criminal if you didn't.
Even I'm shocked too, and he's not even joking. He's not even trolling. It's not an out of season joke. It's either did the music, he's in the voice cameo, some ununtil character. He's taking this out. Well, it is about electronics and everything, so congratulations, Mr. Fox. Now, if you could do a little more for me, please, for games. That's about it. Here's some updates. Adding more to the Criterion Collection. Ghost in the Shell standalone collection and Gunbuster the anime will be added to the Criterion Collection streaming service this March. Wonderful. Keep on preserving.
Speaking of preserving, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of preserving, I recently got this past Monday for my birthday shopping with my sister. I got this. This is the Omnibus Volume 1 of Cat's Eye. I did not care for the price. I had to get this because I love the anime, and I'm now going to be reading this entire thing. And I am very excited. And it would be cool. I could actually do a watch along and a read along to see where it differentiates from the manga. So, Joker, you got me on this. So,
you're welcome.
If we ever do Cat's Eye for the watch party, that is definitely coming with me. That is definitely coming at me. That would actually add extra material for the watch party. I would add extra material.
All right. Speaking of more stuff, HBO Max will premiere Song of the Samurai, a live-action Jiraiya series rooted in one of Japan's most enduring manga franchise, coming on May 9th. So what is Song of the Samurai? To be exact, oh my goodness. Go away, Variety, go away. Well, I don't quite know about this, but apparently this is supposed it's an action based on blood. Okay. So let me see if I can do this. Warner Brothers. Tapping the timeless slurs of Jiraiya classic samurai and culture of the series. First large-scale collaboration between... here we go. The mind behind the globally acclaimed anime adaptation record... Oh, okay, there's that. One of the 13 is alive. Yeah. Set in Kyoto era at the end of the Edo period, the story depicts the tense and passionate lives of Shin Sengami, the iconic samurai force that defended Kyoto in the final years of Japan's shogunate. Through spectacular action, blood, and based on historical facts. The stories follow street brawler Toshizo Hijata, who finds a new kindly family in Sami Kondo and Soji Okita. Comrades of the Shinigami force forge a bond of loyalty by betrayal, illness, and war as they fight not only their enemies, but their own ideals. Whew, that is a mouthful, but hey, you might as well. Netflix does have their hit samurai show of Last Samurai Standing, a very good show to watch with a lot of cool action. That kind of does remind me, it comes out from a little bit of the live-action Rurouni Kenshin series of films, so I wouldn't even be surprised they had that action direction on it or not. But this sounds promising, so I'm excited for this to come. Hey, I might as well renew the HBO subscription either way. And it's more GR Geeky. We need more GR Geeky stuff. So thank you.
Oh yes.
Thank you. But I got more for you. I got more from Violet Evergarden's creator, Kana Kotatsu. Agents of the Fourth Season has the release date March 28th, 2026. Mystical fantasy set in a world where people receive divine powers to control the four seasons of the earth. But unfortunately, due to the copyright system that we have on YouTube, good luck trying to play some anime clips without getting copyright. But it's by the Violet Evergarden creator. So you know for a guaranteed fact, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. Violet Evergarden is one of my favorite animes to watch. Whew, so good. So good. But we got more. I guess the absolute stuff is working for DC. I don't know what it is by some of their designs, but I kind of like a few of them. DC Comics announced Absolute Green Arrow, a 6-issue series, limited series from writer this guy and artist that artist. Book follows Absolute Black Canary as she tracks a billionaire targeting serial killer. Okay, Absolute Green Arrow. Okay. And Canary. Okay. Okay, now why does he look like Discount Taskmaster with the mask on? Am I wrong? Because with the mask on, he looks like Discount Taskmaster. But he's only green because I see the green arrows and the hoodie. I'm like, huh? But I don't know what it is about the Absolute stuff, like some of these Absolute designs. Some of them look a little ridiculous, but it also leans into that 90s vibe with a little bit of manga influence. I'm like, yeah, I can work with some of these designs. I have yet to read the Absolute stuff, but if it's working for DC, you might as well keep on moving it. So we'll see how this one does and go from. Hold on. Any thoughts about Absolute Green Arrow yet?
Despite the fact he looks like a discounted bargain basement bitch Taskmaster, this looks good.
Okay, so moving on. Your first look at Beast of Death, an indie animation in Mexico and directed by Sandra Powers. This short film follows a grieving girl who summons ancient beasts to bring her mother back to life. Now, why can't we do this in the West? Look at
this looks good. This
look
looks
at those
good.
lines. Look at the artistry on display. I was like, this tells me about a lot about the character without even saying a few words. And then you see the beast.
You're selling me the pen here.
This is a little bit of early Del Toro and a little bit of Byrne. I'm not gonna lie, because this does remind me about what Byrne and Del Toro could do a little bit. So I gotta wonder if they were kind of an inspiration for some of these designs. Because this kind of looks like Alfred Burton, and that's almost Del a little bit. Because I'm like, I can see the references, even if it's not that's completely fine. But I'm just reminded of those two directors right away. Heck, I wouldn't even say that maybe Gendy at one point, due to how but then again, Gendy's lines are more distinct from everybody else. But I like what I see here. I'll keep an eye on this one. And I just love this shot right here. Like, this is a good one. I was like, dude, this could be something out of American McGee at one point. So, like, this looks interesting. We'll keep an eye on this. And when I see nice designs like this, I'm all for it, man. I'm all for this. So, let's go. Indiku story hits raw safe. Director is Praveen, by the way. You forgot to. Okay. Oh, what a swell idea. Surely nothing.
Oh no! Oh no! Shots fired! Shots fired!
That was a good one. That was what could possibly go wrong, guys? Uh, you know what? We'll do this one. All right, JoJo Bizarre Adventure is out, the first stage, on March 19th, and we do have the English cast revealed. A lot of them, I see a lot of great names to it. One of them I will not mention because he knows where my stance is for one of those individuals. But I will continue to say though, JoJo's been getting a lot of good dubs lately. And we'll see if he has it takes to be the new Joestars. So congratulations to these people. Good luck. You have massive weights on your shoulder after the original timeline ended with Stone Ocean, and now it's the full reset. Full-blown reset. New family, new timeline, starting in America. The Steel Ball Run will finally commence this year. Very happy. Here we go. It's your turn.
Let's see. What do we got? The race begins. Steel ball run. Oh, we talked about this last time. Let's see. Ah, no.
Like I said, I said one individual that we're not going to mention.
No.
I think he's figured it out.
No. That's like
But for
casting.
most of them are really good people.
That's like casting Seth Rogen as Mario.
I will admit his voice sounds good because he's one of the few that actually does changes his voice. Let's not forget he's also in Pokemon, the new series without Ash Ketchum. Just saying.
Oh my lord!
But everybody else I am excited for, except for him.
Oh, Damien. Okay. We got a good lineup after that. We got a good lineup.
Everybody else I'm excited for, except for one. I think I made it more obvious who it is, but we're gonna move on because we'll take the high road. We'll be the bigger people. But finally, after all these years since the original announcement, finally there's a trailer and a new look for the adaptation from the visual novel by Type Moon, adapted by those badasses of UFO Table or UFO Table. Here's your first anime preview images from the visual novel adaptation, which on Holy Night. This adaptation will start from chapter 1 of the novel all the way up to chapter 5, Kisti Island of the source material. So, if someone's saying that, but why does one of them look like a Ren lookalike and the other one like, here's the thing, this is part of the Fate Stay Night universe, or should I say, how the hell do I pronounce this title of a name? It is very hard. It's easy to pronounce. Tukushimine. So this is all part of Tukushuko Mine, meaning that if you want to get to like Fate Stay Night, technically speaking, Witch on Holy Night came much later on in life, but this is part of Tukushimine, another visual novel by Type Moon. But this is all part of that big, huge, semi-connected.
Oh, I remember this series. It was Lunar Legends Tsukihime.
Yep. So if anybody's wondering which is actually first or whatnot, technically speaking, if you kind of want to get on the game side of thing, this is kind of like the first game in that series. And then like the light novel is actually by Type Moon. It's called The Garden of Sinners. This is one of those first things that get out there. So it kind of goes, Garden of Sinners kind of sets up the base plate where a lot of the other adaptations would fall from Tikushimune. and most importantly, like witch on Holy Night, which would later come down in the line of stuff. But everyone's wondering that, but what's witch on Holy Night? You guys are wondering like, what the hell is this game? What the hell is this? Well, here it is, Witch on Holy Night, which is kind of takes place to Tikashifumune because it does involve Akko Okazai. So that's Akko right here. Everyone's like, that's not that guys. That's Akko from Tikashifumune. Everyone's like, no, it's not. Like, yes, it is. People are going to keep saying, no, it's not. I'm like, yes, it is. Because let's pull it up right here. Oh wait, there she is in Tikashifumine. Oh wait, isn't that her from Tikashifumine right there? Isn't that her? And oh wait, look guys, look who's right here. I love doing this to people. I love doing this to people. They're like, no, it's like, yes it is. Look very closely. And there she is. Oh wait, there she is right there. And oh wait, that's her when she's older. One more time. Older, younger, older, younger, older. So yes, so this is kind of about her and what she was kind of up to a little bit on Witch on a Holy Night, but at the same time, this visual novel is long. This thing's long, man. I love reading it, but holy crap, is it long? Like some of their other stuff. So this kind of explores her and how she became the maid she is, and eventually where she goes up to. But at the same time, these three are like the main cast here. So these two are witches, and they must keep their life a secret. But because they're keeping a secret, they do have to do assignments nonetheless. One of them, unfortunately, goes a little like something kind of goes wrong here, so things have to come out and discover it. But also at the same time, but there's a lot more to that story I'm leading on. If I try to describe it to people, it's going to be a little, what are you talking about? So basically something happens on one of these nights that the girls are out doing something. They think they get the target escapes. But even before that, this new guy kind of shows up, and it's like, he's acting a little suspicious, a little weird. So they think like he might be the one because they smell something on him or think he's the culprit. But no, something goes wrong on this theme park. And while the true culprit isn't quite sure herself quite yet, this is when the girls start to realize that, okay, he's not the bad guy. But since he kind of knows we're witches and everything now, we kind of need him to stay with us. So, but it's an interesting story. It's Type Moon. Things will get dark. Things will be made not clear, but then will be clear later up. But at the same time, it is fun to learn what a lot of the writers like to do. So I'm actually excited for this. So it goes up to chapter 5, which is kind of like midway through the novel, not quite halfway, but this will be interesting. And it's still UFO table. And I do see shots from the visual novel. They line up correctly. Like, for example, this shot where she gets mad because you didn't do exactly what I told you to do. Now I'm going to have to fight you and figure out the truth. This shot is also correct. Another shot that's correct. This is them like gearing up to battle with the whole big thing. Pretty sweet, huh? Oka kind of being a badass here a little bit. So I believe this is her fighting the whole creature that's in the mirror attraction that she's in with the male character. This is her kind of walking to school, and they are matching stuff up from the novel correctly. So the novel is mostly kinetic, so you're kind of playing the story out correctly with some slight deviations here and there. And also, their designs are really cool, so it's nice to see what she looked like originally here and kind of what her siblings like over there. So very wonderful, but nonetheless. So I'm excited, though that still begs the question, where in the world is their Genshin Impact movie coming out? I don't think we're going to get that for quite some time still, since if this is wrapping up, I'm sure the Genshin one is still years and years away to come. But I'm excited, very much excited to see this.
A lot of cool things coming out. I love the visuals. It's good to see Lunar Legend Tsukihime get the love it deserves. Because it's such an underrated anime that hardly gets talked about. Because you don't hear it anywhere. But this looks amazing. And you are right, the shots are correct. I love the hand shot with the moon, though. That is probably one of my favorite looking ones.
It also that's also part of the novel as well. So this goes up to chapter 5, and like Ren, when she kind of gets in badass, she'll change her outfit just a little bit. So there's her normal casual one, and because she knows she's something may or may not happen here, so that was also correct. So obviously the girl with the more European outfit, that is Alice Kanji. So this is part of the Kunji family. So they both live in the same house together. But as when you see the male, his name is Sojuro. Yeah, all three of them live under the same roof together. So it's a little awkward at first, but they eventually like each other. So it's kind of like that nice connection you'll get if you like stuff from Type Moon, whether it be that Tukushimine or the Fate Stay Night stuff. Go ahead and pick this novel up to either watch the movie. It's going to be a good one. Granted, there are more chapters after that chapter, but since it's only doing the first 5, that's a good starting point to end at, and then adapt the rest, because I believe it's supposed to be a duology, trilogy, but we'll see. But anyway, that's kind of it for us tonight. So thank you all for dropping by. So
we had fun. Tomorrow night we are going to continue X-Men Evolution. I did speak with Jasmine. Everything good on that front. We're going to continue with we're going to be watching episodes 4 through 6, and we're going to find out where the story is going. Really interesting. If you guys are interested in watching it with us, the link will always be posted in the chat. It'll be the pinned one. I don't know what I'm doing. Friday, I'm playing more Sonic Racing because I know a new festival just came out, so I'm excited for that. Saturday, I have no idea what I'm doing Saturday. It's up in the air right now, but I had fun on Crash Bandicoot 4 last night, trying to 100 as I continue my quest to 106% that game. I feel my mentality slipping on that one. But anyway,
breaking news.
We have a final piece of news. Final piece of news.
I'm saying this to you right now, so you pop it up on screen.
Okay. What do we got? Oh. Smiling Friends is ending. Good news. There are 2 new episodes of Smiling Friends coming in April. According to the creators Zach Haddle and Michael Cusack, they will be the show's final episodes. Man.
And after they got that big boost with the meme, sure, could you excuse me for a second? Alan, we are so right now.
Well, I mean, 3 seasons is actually great content, and I'm glad that they're doing this. On the plus side, they're trying to avoid the Rick and Morty debacle and everything of like keep going or God forbid be like the Simpsons for 30 years. It's a good end to a very fun
due to burnout. They could do more episodes that they are in the mood to do so. So, this is that's the worst thing to get. But if they feel like we could do more, are we in the mood for it? Hey, if they know how to end it, That's better. And like Ammonite said, God forbid you be somebody like The Simpsons, where the creator Matt said that it'll only end if one of the stars died. Again, he said the quiet part out loud. Or if you're one of the employees, be like, yeah, it's never going to end. I'm like, when you're this long into a show like The Simpsons, and one of your aging stars, Marge, her actress can't get up to that voice anymore, it's time to end it. But at least The Smile of Friends is only 3 seasons long, 11 episodes apiece. So hey, you know what? They got the creation out the door, and if it feels right to end it, then end it. End on your terms, not what someone else says.
Exactly. And it's okay to end an amazing series on three seasons. However, a nice spin-off or two would be nice, like with one of the characters if you feel the need for it. But yes, Joker is correct. Burnout is the worst thing to happen to any creator. It doesn't matter if you're a comic creator, a YouTuber, a movie producer, director, what have you. Burnout happens, and it's not fun. It is very not fun. So I'm glad that Smiling Friends had an amazing run, and to cap it at 3 seasons, I'm happy about that. Like 3 seasons is good enough. But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we are gonna get out of here. Take care, everybody. See you tomorrow night for the watch party. Tell all your friends, come on over. Let's have fun. And also, thank you all for the amazing support of the channel. Let's keep it going. Keep it going. I have a lot more planned out, and I have some very interesting videos coming out pertaining to what I am doing. But take care, guys.